What's up, guys? Welcome back to Rip City Rundown. I'm going to try to keep this short, sweet, and simple and just talk about this big Blazers win, this big bounce back win, this big gritty win. It was just a massive win for the Trailblazers, who were just on, obviously, a 4-game slide. They break that slide with a win in overtime over the Knicks, 132-129. Huge win for just the morale of the team. You kind of felt energy was getting just sucked out of all these Blazers players, but this is just going to energize them a lot going into this Brooklyn game coming up on Sunday, which again is another good chance of winning that one. But just right off the bat, Jerami Grant, 21 of 28 from the free throw line. I felt like he was getting to the line a lot, but until the fourth quarter when they really started talking about how many attempts he's taken, I did not realize he had 28 attempts for that game. He ended up with 44 points and only put up 2 assists and 1 rebound, so did nothing in the stat sheet other than hit his free throws and score points. He scored 44, but Anfernee Simons with 38 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, 13 of 25 from the field and hit 4 threes. He was big down the stretch. He got going in the second half. 23 points in the second half, I believe, for Anfernee Simons. Josh Hart, 10 points, 19 rebounds for the guard. 19 rebounds, and even Nurkic came to play. 20 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. And then I got to give my love to Winslow, who played 46 minutes, 7 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists. This game was just grit. It truly was grit. Went down early. I think was down as much as 13. I think it was 50-37 at some point in the second quarter. Fought back, ended I think on a 20-5 run or something. Ended up ending the half with the lead. Went into the locker room, I think 62-61, I believe it was, and then just grinded during the third and fourth quarters. Just kept getting to the line, kept trying to get buckets. Defensively, I felt like we were so tonight. I don't think it was like an egregiously bad game, but definitely not as good as we could be. I mean, we're looking at a team that had 32 points, 23. They only shot 31% from 3. That was big. They regressed a lot. They started out super hot from 3, ended up regressing in that statistical category. And I think a key is we only had 12 turnovers. Now they only had 10 turnovers, but to not lose the turnover battle by so much is an encouraging sign for the Trailblazers. And yeah, this is just one of those games that you practically had to have, because if you're going on a 5-game losing streak and it's resulting in a loss to the Knicks, I know you don't have your best player, but I think we're still expecting a win against the Knicks even with Dame out. So the fact that we pulled it out, we didn't just give up when we easily could have. We definitely could have at some points in this game. Simons hit those 2 big free throws down the stretch. That was absolutely huge. And then just clutch shot after clutch shot. The Jerami Grant layup prior to all that, amazing. And I just think it's big that this was one of those games we definitely won in a different way today. We didn't really out-defend them, and we didn't outshoot them. We just kind of we just outlasted them. That's really the best word I can come up with. We outlasted them. We kind of just stayed in the game the whole time while we were playing terribly and while they were shooting the ball really well in the first half. And then we slowly clawed back, and then we just kept our foot on the gas in the things that we could control, aka effort, aka aggressiveness, driving to the lane. We ended up with 51 free throws as a team. That's got to be one of the highest free throws amounts we've shot in recent history, it feels like, because 51 free throws, that's not necessarily normal. But this is just one where we outlasted them, and when we had our opportunity to go on a run and take the lead for good, we did. And we ended up getting it out to, a 8-point lead in overtime there. One thing I want to talk about is the depth tonight. We only had 3 bench players play. No Eubanks, obviously no Dame, obviously no Gary Payton. Watford, I thought, had a pretty good game. He played 21 minutes and ended up coming in at the end when Josh Hart went out. He's done really well this year as that point forward and being that ball handler. Even if you have a Dame, even if you have a Simons out on the court, if you just need a ball handler, he can do it, and he's done a pretty pretty good job at it. I thought Nasir and Sharp were just didn't really have an opportunity to impact the game much. They combined to only take 5 shots. Nasir missed both of his, and Sharp hit 2 of 3. And I think that's just going to happen. And this game, when it was really just, like I said, I keep saying it was a grinded out win. I mean, you just play the starters heavy minutes tonight. You play Simons 47 minutes. You play Winslow 46. You look at the other side, they played Barrett 44. They played Brunson 41. So both teams were kind of just really just shooting just to end up getting the win. So I'm not mad at the heavy minutes at all because, again, this is just one you had to have. You had to have it, and I think it's mostly just for team morale. You can't look at your record right now and really just be worried about where you are in the standings or stuff like that. We talked about that in the podcast the other day. You just gotta control what you can control. We now sit 11-8. As I say that, I'm gonna do a standings check. We're 1 game out of the Western or the top spot, so yay on that. And then we'll just look at like defensively. Well, obviously we gave up a ton of points tonight. We are still a top 10 defense when it comes to points given up. We are 10th right now, and we are a little lower than average on offense. So that is something to keep in mind going forward. I think Dame should be back soon in the next couple of days, or not days, a couple games. So that's going to be encouraging. Again, I hope they take it super, super slow and super carefully. But I really wanted Simons to get some free throws at the end. I wanted to get 2 40 pieces because my title would have been like 2 40 pieces in the Big Apple or something like that. Lead the Blazers to a win. I don't know what the title will be now. You are obviously already saw it, but that's just a little insight to how I want to do my titles and stuff. But that's going to do it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like and comment. We're going to come out with one more sweatshirt here for Christmas. Maybe you can buy it for a friend or family member. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be simple logos on the front and then a cool graphic design, like graphic t-shirt type thing on the back. I'm still working on it, but make sure to be on the lookout for that. And another huge win for the Blazers. 11-8 on the year. Snap the 4-game losing streak, and we move on to Brooklyn on Sunday. So hopefully that ends up being a win as well. See you in the next one. Peace.